We're on the countdown, but we're running early because I'm already here. Oh, hey up, what's the sound for? Shush. Hi, hello, and welcome to our free magic lesson. It is a free lesson, as always, every Saturday, 1 o'clock. Hit that love, like, share button, please. We're just in ahead of time, so I can do that now for you. On your screen, you can see at the bottom, there are little loves, likes, and shares down there. If you hit that little like one, if you hit the little love one, if you hit the little one with a little heart next to it, if you hit the laughing one, if you hit the little wow one for me, I get all those little pings come up there. And also, if you hit that share one, oh, not that, that's out for delivery, that's me. I'm showing you all my other stuff on my phone. Yeah, all those ones you can do. That's great. We've got a mattress coming today for the cot, by the way, in case you're interested in. That's what that is. Right, so yeah, love, like, share with everyone that you know, any groups that you've got, any school groups, anything like that. Hit that share one down the bottom. You hit share, and then you can just go right, post, message, whatever you want. Letterbox Magic members, I'll share it in there, just so all those guys can see as well. All that sort of jazz. That really helps. Let's get cracking with our trick today before we go on too long. So, first of all, thank you so much. Usually, I'm getting about, now that everything's quieting down, about 500 or so, 500 up to 1,000 views a week on this free lesson over the course of the week. Last week, though, we hit 4,500 views for whatever reason. I don't know if it's because you like the trick so much or anything like that, but thank you for watching that and thank you for doing that and sharing it with everybody. So, today you need a piece of string, a shoelace, something like that would be perfect. I've got a shoelace here that I'm going to use for the trick. You also need a ring, all right? So I've got a ring. I'm going to use this metal ring. It's from a magic trick. If I can find the bit, actually, I'll show you the magic trick it's from. It's from a chain and ring trick, which is a quite cool little thing to do with magic and physics, two of my favourite things in the whole world, other than Beth, obviously, and Frank, and our little one that's due on Monday. So really excited about that. So you need a ring about that size. A key ring will do. I'm going to show you a trick as well. It uses a finger ring and this as well. A finger ring on its own will do. What's my mum saying? So mum, must have been you sharing last week, mum. I imagine maybe so. That might have helped. All right. Thank you very much. That was really helpful. You might use a trick when you use a ring for this as well. You can actually use a ring as the main ring for the trick, but I think it's better off with a bit of a bigger ring. Key ring's fine, although you've got to do it quite quickly, otherwise they think you might have unthreaded it. Okay. So, and also you need a napkin or a tea towel or something similar. Let's get straight into the trick. So here's the trick. We use a string or a shoelace. You pass this out for examination, get them to examine that. Get them to examine the ring as well. Make sure that is okay. Everything is good. There's no holes in it, other than the big one in the centre there. We take the two ends of the shoelace and I'm going to knot the ring onto the shoelace. So we need to do this. We need to thread the ends. Notice every time when you're fastening it on, you need to thread the ends through the shoelace, and then we're going to fasten the ring onto the shoelace just like this. So there we have the ring is tied on the shoelace in the center so that it cannot get off. All right. Now we'll put this onto the table. I would now ask a couple of spectators to hold on to the ends of the string. So one holds this end, one holds that, and they can do this suspended in the air. All right, that's fine. Or I'm going to do it for this. In this case, I'm going to pop it on the table down here. I'll put these out to the front so you can see that I'm not going to cheat. Let's put that one onto my. Let's trap it under the Rubik's Cube there, and then this one I'll put over the side so you can see I'm not going to cheat and go near those. And then we need something else as well. What type of owl is the best owl to help with the washing up? A tea towel! A teat owl. A tea. Thanks. A tea towel. Okay, so that's what I want to use for this. I want to use a tea towel. This lovely tea towel is one of Beth's. It's by a lady called Julia Gash. Make your own jokes, but that's fine. Julia Gash, and it's all the lovely places in Wakefield. So you can see all the different little places in Wakefield there. So this came from Beth's house. So Wakefield's where I live, and it's got the cathedral. And what else we've got in there? We've got the River Calder, Stanley Ferry, all that sort of stuff. So welcome to Wakefield. The Hepworth, which I personally love, but gets a lot of stick for the sort of shape and size of the building and what the architecture of it. But I think it's a fantastic building. Right, let me move that out of the way so we're not in the way for now. This covers over our string and ring. The tea towel covers over the string and ring, or the napkin. If they're holding it, they should just be draped over the top, and you can do it underneath there. Watch carefully. I want to reach underneath, and in a matter of seconds, I mean seconds, this guy can do this trick. I am going to amazingly, abracadabra, remove the ring completely from the string. The string is still intact, There's no holes, gaps, trapdoors, anything like that, and everything can be examined and made sure that it's solid. Okay, now that is the simplest form of this trick, which I'm going to teach you in a second. I'm going to show you though a slightly more difficult version, and one that I think also helps to hide the method. All right, which I think is slightly better. But I'm going to teach both versions because I want to. This is basically the basics of magic that I teach in these sessions, as well as being able to then diversify and do a little bit more if you want to learn a little bit more. So I'm going to teach you the more difficult version as well. So you get the ring and the string, and I want to fasten that ring and string onto the string just like this. Okay, so the ring is on the string just like that. Now I'm also going to take a finger ring. I'm going to borrow a finger ring normally from a member of the audience. I'm going to have to use my own. Bear with me a second, excuse me. I'll wash my hands, it's okay. Fingers have got a bit of fat during lockdown. So my ring is then going to also be threaded onto the string. Okay, now a great thing you can do with magic is hide the method, and like I say, this way of doing it is going to hide the method. So I said there's no way that I can get that ring off there because the big ring is in the way, so I can't get that off, and there's no way that I can get it off the top ends because you guys have got hold of the other ends of the string. Okay, so let's do that again. I'll put this one underneath my Rubik's Cube, stay, and we'll put this one over here so you can see it's over there. I'm not going to go near those. And now, again, handkerchief, it's going to be done held in the air, so they can be holding one end of the string each. You need a little bit of the string, so you don't get them to pull it really tight, but you can get them to hold each end of the string. The tea towel is going to cover over the ring and the string. We'll make sure we can't get that off because the ring is too small to come past the big ring at the end. We cover over with the tea towel, just like this. Now I'm going to go underneath. And again, the speed of this guy, I'm a little bit slow, I'm sorry today. The speed of this guy is amazing because a little bit of fiddling, a little bit of magic, nearly, no, we're nearly there. A little bit of trickery, remember those ends don't come away from anywhere, and we can pull the finger ring straight off the outside ring, and then when they remove the tea towel, they can see that the main ring, the big ring, is still fastened to the string, okay, to the shoelaces. So I'm just reading Joey's comment. My dad jokes are coming along well. Yes, dad jokes are my favourite types of jokes. She's a good job because I'm going to be a dad in a few days' time. So there we go. That's how we do. That's the amazing ring and string trick. Now, this second version, like I say, hides the method, so I think the second version is actually the best version, and I would probably just do the second version if I was performing the trick, all right? It's not one, like I say, that will go out and perform for people at my weddings and my dinners and stuff like that. Like I say, everything I teach on here is beginner's magic, which is for you to learn, which is why I feel okay to give it away and teach it you for free, okay? And to teach people, because it's for people with genuine interest in magic, I'll happily teach you anything you want to learn, but I can't just put out really difficult and the more complex tricks just on the free stuff that I do on Facebook. So here we go. Here's how we do the trick. So this is the trick. I'll go through the simple version first, then the more difficult version, because like I say, I want everyone to be able to do magic, so any sort of level you'll be able to access this, which is fine. Right, get your string, okay? This is the simple version. Put the two ends of the string together and then find the middle. That will automatically find the middle for you. Okay, let me just see. I'll put this here so I can see who's watching, so I can say hello to people as well if I remember. If you're watching with kids, put your name on there as well so I can see, and put your kid's name on so I can say hi to those as well. Now, the way you do this, you make this look, you don't want to join it the same way as you would join it underneath the cloth. Okay, you want to join it in the way that looks like you have to put the ends through the hoop, right? So the hoop, the loop of string goes through the hoop in the first place, and then you take the ends, the two ends, and you put those two ends through, so the string's on here, through the loop of string itself, and then you slide this all the way down and put it on the bottom there. So it looks like that is tied on, and you use the words, psychology is a great thing, you say it's tied onto the string and there's no way that it can come off because it's tied on there, right? Now, When they're holding both ends of this string, and you're going to cover this up with the handkerchief or with the cloth, and they can hold it up like this, and you can cover it over with the handkerchief or cloth. What you're actually going to do is this. So let me move my tea towel out of the way. So when they've got hold of those two ends, all you need to do is inside, can you see I've got the way this is over the top, okay, there. That piece of string at the top, you see it? You can be that way up or it can be that way up where the piece is at the back. I like to have it this way around just so that I can feel and make it easier. What I'm going to do is, all I'm going to do is take that piece there, let me hold it, and I'm just going to pull it open and let it come around the outside edge of the ring. And if I pull it around the outside edge, even though these two ends of string never come anywhere near it, when I pull it around the outside edge of the ring, it's going to be able to come off. And I can take the ring straight off the rope. Okay? And I can practice that, and I can do that really quite quickly underneath the handkerchief. Okay? So, again, it was on like this. Alright? I didn't thread it on that way when I did it in public, when I was showing the people and showing them me threading it on. I was definitely putting the two ends through the loop, okay? Now when I come to take it off, I've covered it over with the handkerchief so they can't see it. I go underneath, and I'm just going to take this top little bit here, this little bit that's hanging over, and I'm going to pull that, do an exposed view so you can see, pull that around, I'll pull it open and let it come around the outside edge of the loop, and then pull back through the middle, and the ring's going to come completely off. Okay, now that's how you do the removal of the ring. That's how you remove the ring from the rope. Now, like I said, the better version is when you link the ring on, okay, like this, link it on the rope, and then take your finger ring, or borrow a finger ring from the member of the audience. Oh, fingers have got fat. Right, put the ring, thread it onto the ropes like this, two holes through the top. So they go through the top as well, and then the ring, or your finger ring, cannot escape from the bottom. Yeah, okay, you happy? Excellent. Mum did it. Oh, you managed it. Well done, mother. Excellent work. I'll give you a round of applause. Well done. Right. So there we are. That's on there like that. So that's not going to come off, right? So like I say, now you're disguising the method here, because you're going to take the ring off and you're going to put it back on again. Right? You're going to take the big ring off and put the big ring back on. So what you're doing is you're giving more possibilities. You're not just saying, well, the ring comes off, the big ring comes off, right? You're leaving that as like a bit of a mystery. They don't know if the big ring came off or not. They don't know how you got that little ring past the big ring. All right? And this is why sometimes magic is better when you're not just, the method is I'm taking that ring off and putting it back on, because I can take that ring off. Now, if I'm performing this trick, they don't know. I wouldn't do the other one first. I only did it first for you so you could see. They don't know that I can take that ring off this locked piece of rope. All right? The trick here is I'm somehow getting this ring past the big ring. Okay? Do you see what I mean? So what I do to do that, the method is that I'm taking the ring off and I'm putting the ring back on. Okay, so under the cover of the cloth, what I'm doing, this ring is hanging here and it's on the top so you can't get it off. What I need to do, and this is why it's a little bit more fiddly, so this takes a bit more practice, underneath I'm going to take that central bit, I'm going to pull it off like I did before. So take it around, and then I'm going to take this ring, I'm going to pull that off. So take this off, I keep it in my hand, alright, and then I need to put this back on. So to go back on, all you do, remember they've got hold of the ends up there somewhere, they're holding those, all you do is the loop itself goes through, alright, when it's come through you need to just put it back, so it comes back over the top like that and round. Okay, see? So to take it off, you pull that around there, alright. To put it back on, you can either go back from the bottom or you can go underneath that way. Put it back through, and then that loop, pull it around the ring, pull the ring back down and make sure you pull that tight again underneath. And now you can just go tap that against there as you pull it to say you're going to pull the ring straight out of the cloth, just like this, and then they can examine it, and the ring is still, the big ring is still on the rope. Okay, make sense? Yeah. So once again, you started like this. This is the more difficult version, and it hides the method, which I love. So that is on there like that. They're holding these two ends. You say there's no way that we can get your ring off there, because if I was going to come that way, I'd have to come past your hands. If I'm going to come that way, I'd have to go through the big ring, and it's not going to happen. All right. So you get them to hold that, one at each side. Handkerchief, tea towel goes over the top. Okay, whatever it is you're doing, you reach underneath. Oh, sorry, I like to start that way up, like I said, so I've got access to that. You reach underneath, you pull that off around, take that ring off, put it in your hand, keep it hold of it, and then go back through, round, back over, and pull down. And so that's back on now. So you've taken it off, you put it back on, and then you pull this as if you're taking it off the ring. Okay, happy days. Right, there we go. That's it. That's the trick. What we say, Mum? Guess it's important to have patter right while you are doing the trick, so they don't know what you're fiddling too long. Yes. So I talk a lot. I babble a lot. And patter's an important thing. That's why it's important though that you practice. If you practice the trick, any of the tricks that you do, any of the tricks that I've taught on here, if you practice them over and over and over and over again, and you become so good at them that you don't need to think about them. That's the important bit. Once you've got the trick and you're so good at doing it, you don't need to think about how the actual mechanics of doing that trick. You can think about the patter, and you can think about the patter is what you're going to say. So patter is what you're going to say. That's what we use in magic for what we're going to say is patter. So you can think about then what you're saying. So yeah, it will take a little bit longer to get that ring off. All right, but if you know exactly what you're doing and you don't have to think about the moves you're fiddling around with, you can think about what you're saying. And if you're working for a real audience, if you're talking to them, it's dead easy. So let me do this again. Sorry, I keep licking my finger, but I can't get this ring off otherwise. So this is on here, and you say, right, when I remove the ring is going to get completely off the end of the string. However, the only way to do that is if I was to bring this back up here and to go through the ends, but I'll get you guys to keep hold of the ends for me. So you keep hold of that, you keep hold of that. And then the other way will be for the ring to come off the bottom, but it can't do because the big ring's in the way. So I'm going to get a special magic cloth, a tea towel. Do the tea towel joke if you like, it's up to you. That goes over the top. Now, watch carefully. Just by magic, you can still see that it's fastened on there. It's fastened on there. It's not going to come off. All right, there's no way it's going to come off. We'll cover this over with the tea towel, like this. Watch carefully. Just by magic, I'm going to reach underneath, and with a bit of luck, if I rub it, I'm making this up as I go along now. If I rub it, I can slowly start to melt the metal. And if I slowly melt the metal, with a bit of luck, a little bit more friction, a bit more of a rub, oh, nearly getting there, bit more friction, and then if I want, I can even do this thing where I ask them to hold that a little bit higher, hold that a little bit higher. Okay, and it just breaks it up a little bit if I want to. Oh, a bit more friction, a bit more rub. Oh, excellent. I think I've got it. Yeah. Oh, can you hear it? Oh, there we go. And I've got it. And the ring has come completely through the other metal ring. I take this off and you have a look and examine it and then make sure that it's now fastened on there. So yeah, hi Caroline, thank you for joining me. Hello, hope you're well. There you go, that's joined on. There you go, that's the ring on string trick. This is actually part of a little magic trick that I was going to put in the letterbox magic things, but I didn't because it's more of a little puzzle, little toy. I'll grab out the other little bit and I'll show you. Any questions, by the way, please do feel free to ask me. This is the other thing. Where are we? It's from this. What is that? Bit of magician's wax. That's cool. That's in there. Didn't know that was in there. Right. It came with this ring actually, which isn't as. It's got some weird patterns on it and stuff, which is a bit rubbish. There's not a better chain. Ah, there we go. There's the better chain. Oh, there's a few of them. I've got loads in here. Right. So this is the trick that it came with, this particular ring, and the reason that I've got this particular ring. So it's ring on rope trick, and you basically it's a little scientific thing the way that it works. It's quite cool. You have the ring and the rope, and ring and chain even, and when you lift this up, when you drop it down, the ring will drop and it will tie onto the thing itself. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So you can do it like this, where you're holding this that way, isn't it? You hold this open, you get the ring, you thread it on like that, and you'll see that it just goes over the outside. And when they do it, it does this, it goes up and down. Oh, it's dropping, and you can drop it, and it'll just drop onto the rope, but it'll stay on there by itself when you release it. So yeah, it's a little cool bit of physics really. It's to do with the motion of the ring as it drops down. I won't go into it in too much detail, but yeah, you can do this. You can make it fall off, or you can do it, and you can do the little maneuver. It'll link itself on. It's cool, isn't it? So that's what that's from. But yeah, it's like a little physics magic trick. I've got a few of them. Loads of little chains. That one as well. What's that do? Same one? They do it as well. I don't know if it does it as good. Oh yeah, does it the same. There we go. Look at that. Cool, eh? Right. Well, thank you very much for watching. As always, things are opening up again. Like I say, I will continue to do my free magic lessons. I was thinking I was not going to bother, but then after... Oh no! Broke it. Then after last week, 4,500 people watching it. That's pretty good, isn't it? A lot of people wanting to watch the thing, so there we go. I am opening up doing shows again, which is great. A lot more live bits and bobs over the summer coming in. I've taken a lot more bookings, which is good. Really pleased about that. Yeah, chuffed to bits actually. Things coming back in. I'm actually getting to go out and do some performing again. I'm going to buy myself a proper little event shelter so I can go and perform outside under my little event shelter, even if it's raining. No, you didn't get your full set of letterbox magic boxes, Mother. No, because you was piling them off and Dad was annoyed that they were clogging up the house. And he was moaned about them taking up too much space in the house. So I went over, so I stopped sending it. Yeah, so yeah, show's coming back on, which is good. Really pleased about that. Got a few weddings coming in, which is great as well. So weddings for sort of 30 people and things like that as well. So happy days. So thank you for watching my little free magic lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, as always, please do ask me. Fire them in the comments. I do get to leave these videos up, so I will always still see those comments. If you do comment and it's after the actual thing, sorry I don't reply straight away because I'm not there. We are going to go out for a little walk in the woods now. I think it's a bit miserable. It's still a little wonder. Right, I will love you and leave you. Thank you for watching. See you next Saturday. If the baby hasn't arrived, if the baby's arrived, I'll probably have my hands full, so I probably won't be doing a free lesson, but we'll see. Let's have a look, see what's on. Right, love you and leave you. Thanks a lot, and yeah, have a